Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, so a little while ago, I had a talk with you about football manager addiction, some of the signs of it, and things like that. Since those days, I was able to find a interesting article from a friend of mine on Substack named June Fernan on the signs of video game addiction. And so I thought it might be sort of interesting to look through some of these, and you can ask yourself if these video game addiction signs might have anything to do with how you play Football Manager or not. So we'll go ahead and look at this together really quickly. According to June, the fifth edition of the DSM-5 was the first edition of the manual to recognize gaming addiction as something that exists. And some of the signs that they use are preoccupation with gaming. Okay, I mean, I think that most people, including people who don't play these games all the time, probably are to some extent preoccupied with it. I would be surprised if people were not preoccupied with their hobbies to a certain extent. Withdrawal symptoms when gaming is taken away are not possible. Sadness, anxiety, or irritability. If you've watched any of my Football Manager streams, you know that this actually usually happens when I play the game, so that might not actually count. Tolerance, the need to spend more time gaming to satisfy the urge, perhaps, though I will argue that if you slow it down, play one match a day, tolerance won't be that much of a problem. Inability to reduce playing unsuccessful attempts to quit gaming. Yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say these days because it's not like, there are a whole ton of other hobbies that are exciting, although we could always engage in bird watching. Giving up other activities, loss of interest in previously enjoyed activities due to gaming. Well, now this one for me kind of contradicts this one, right? If I'm going to quit playing Football Manager, then I'm going to lose my interest in Football Manager, which has happened for a long time. So, whatever. Continuing to game despite problems. I mean, the biggest problem that I have probably is losing in my game, which I don't think is going to end. Deceiving family members or others about the amount of time spent on gaming, perhaps, but I doubt it. I think my kids know when I'm playing a game when I'm not, if they're home. Use of gaming to relieve negative moods such as guilt or hopelessness. Again, for me, I think gaming probably causes that, is not used to relieve it. And then risk, having jeopardized a loss of job or relationship due to gaming. That's never happened to me, I can tell you. But here are some additional symptoms to be considered, and this is sort of the fun part of this blog. I like this a lot. I think it's a good blog. Check out the link in the description because you should go visit it, check it out. June does good work. Zero tolerance for any activity that is not gaming, right? So that's kind of similar to things that we had before, right? Zero tolerance for anything that's not Football Manager. Have you ever experienced that in your life? I've been through periods of time like that. Let me tell you, when you play for 12 hours a day because it's Christmas time or whatever. Yeah. Spending less than an average of 25 minutes per day job hunting while unemployed and seeking reward for this amount of job hunting with 4 or 5 hours of gaming. Yeah, no comment. What are you talking about? This is a job, right? Football Manager. Having no social media presence whatsoever because the algorithmically driven content of petty likes, blah, 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 has nothing to do with in-game achievements. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have social media presence actually before I started up these blogs and YouTube channels. So I would actually argue that having social media presence has a lot to do with this stuff. I don't know. Social media can be toxic. We can talk about that in a different time. That's not really a Football Manager discussion topic, to be honest with you. Like, there are things you can do to reduce it and its toxic nature without dropping off completely. Just saying. Paying more than $350 for in-game currency to buy special food and outfits for digital pets. Yeah, that's not happened to me, thankfully. I don't think you can do that in Football Manager. But we could replace this with spending, 3,000 hours trying to carefully craft, the editor data file for a version of Football Manager that is already out of date. I can think of people who've done that. Remaining awake for 20 hours at a time and never maintaining a consistent sleep schedule because sleep is valued as much less important than gaming. Yeah, I haven't played Football Manager 20 hours straight before, but I could see that happening. Yep. Spending 6 hours at work looking through a detailed list of League of Legends items in an attempt to theory craft a build that features an item almost no one ever uses. Yeah, I think we've been through that in Football Manager as well, right? If you think about, different tactics and things that people sort of come up with. And if you're doing that at work, I can tell you why you lost your job due to your gaming addiction. Arranging hangout times with friends solely because they have a decent gaming rig and or access to a particular game of choice. I did that when I was in high school and middle school to an extent, but it kind of fell out of that. I'll tell you, I mean, I had buddies in college who gamed a lot, but I wasn't quite as deep into it then, right? Your taste changes as you grow older and, you discover what you like and what you don't. So I might be a little bit unique in that regard. I don't know. I'd be interested to know what you think about. taking up weightlifting and running only because certain studies suggest that such activities help gamers improve performance. Raise your hands if you've taken up weightlifting and going to the gym because it's going to make you better at Football Manager. Maybe Omega Luke did that. Making an earnest commitment to get into Diamond League or die trying. Yes, League of Legends. We're not going to touch that. Owning a gaming rig with a total retail value that is more than 3 times the amount of monthly income. I could see that happening. Probably not for Football Manager, though, but I understand. Experiencing a feeling of crisis and other hopelessness when having spent hours gaming and being unable to gain ranking or ladder points is another League of Legends thing. Having no interaction with others during an 8-hour gaming session other than to tell teammates in the chat what utterly pathetic noobs they are. This is, League of Legends. Good job. And I'm guessing that they didn't use the adjective pathetic. Uninstalling any particular game in an effort to resist playing it ever again, then reinstalling said game a few days later. I actually did that. That's a story for another day. So I'm guilty of that one. Downloading a Pokemon emulator in an attempt to cut down on competitive gaming, then going on a 12-hour binge to beat the game and playing an in-game lineup. Yeah, you have a problem. Okay, I will admit, this is a little bit deeper, I think, than anything I've experienced, but maybe you've had something similar happen in your Football Manager gaming experience. I don't know. And then falling asleep while gaming, when waking, searching for ways to remain alert rather than going to sleep. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Anyway, pretty interesting stuff here. I thought this was fun to look at. Let me know what you think. If you have anything you would add on to this that's Football Manager focused. I'm going to put a link here below to this blog because it's a good blog. Like I said, June does a good job. Go check out June's blog on Substack, and this is really good stuff. And I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.